Hey, welcome back. I'll be showing you today how to do the cactus quest, which will give you pretty much the cactus item. I go by Manta. And for this challenge, we'll be using the Athena character. She spawns with the Aegis shield weapon. And specifically, she's really good because every single time you level up, you do get Thorns as a reward of the leveling up automatically. If you don't have her, I would try to unlock her, but if you don't have her from the starting characters, you can use a character that has a high amount of shield specifically, and will not kind of swing or hit enemies from far away, so that you can kind of collide with them to get the Thorns damage. So pretty much I think that's what's called Sir Ulfi is I think his name. It's like the night character. But for this quest you have to do it in the desert, which is where you find the cactus enemies. And the reason you see me pretty much restarting every single game at around 8 minutes is because if you don't see the cactuses at around the 8-minute mark, they're typically not going to spawn for that round. So it's just pretty much RNG to receive the cactuses for the round. So what you have to do is pretty much play out the round up until you get to 8 minutes, and then you can restart if you don't see any cactus. I have had the cactuses spawn like exactly at 8 minutes, so I would wait maybe a few seconds after that. Just check around yourself, and if there's no cactuses, feel free to respawn. For the strategy, lifesteal specifically does not work to regain health. Sorry, I'm getting my tongue twisted here. Regain health from the Thorns. So if you attack an enemy and you use the Thorns, the lifesteal will not kind of drain health, so a regen is really good. And then we do get shield armor, and of course the Thorns Tome. So the Thorns Tome isn't too fully necessary, I would say, with this character, because you do receive Thorns every single level, but it does help quite a bit. Thorns specifically will stack. There you can see we see our first cactus, so that means they're going to be spawning here this round. But as I was saying, Thorns do stack to the Aegis shield damage. So say we have 100 damage in Thorns every single time we hit with the Aegis on an enemy. It'll do the Aegis damage plus 100 from the Thorns. The one thing you want to know about the Thorns is that specifically when you're doing it with the Aegis, sometimes it'll count as an Aegis kill, and sometimes it'll be elimination for the Thorns. It's pretty random, I'd say, and about, depending on how much Thorns damage specifically you have in the beginning. If you only have a few, like from just standard level ups, then the Thorns damage versus the Aegis, you'll probably get 90% of the eliminations counting as the Aegis kills, which isn't too good. You can guarantee pretty much Thorns damage or eliminations by like taking out your Aegis against other enemies and then running into the cactus to take damage, which will guarantee Thorns will work. So if you have the chance of actually doing that, if you have enough shield, if you have enough health and enough armor, then that'll pretty much allow you to guarantee Thorns kill. Since we do have to get 100 of them, it will take you a few tries. It's not most likely not gonna happen within one singular round. meaning that you're gonna have to probably restart quite a few times. So for this challenge within here, we started with around 30 total Thorns kills when this video started. By the end, we'll have 100 obviously to achieve this quest. With the Athena character, you can obviously slide on her shield. It's pretty much her most effective movement ability. But as with any character, you want to know how to do specific movement that'll like keep you moving faster than default. So there we go, we got the Thorns Tome. And Thorns Tome, you pretty much want to level up as much as possible. Let me go over the weapons and stuff really quickly. So for the weapons, don't get anything other than the Aegis. You don't need anything, just skip them if it's all weapons. There's really no reason to get another weapon, because no other weapon will give you the ability to do damage with Thorns. You pretty much have to take a hit. So Aegis or just getting damaged pretty much is your only option. For the tomes, you do the shield, the armor, regen, and the Thorns Tome, of course. So here you can see we have all these cactuses, but since we have the swarm, I'm just trying to stay alive, regain the shield. Since the lifesteal doesn't work, we obviously take the regen. There you can see we had 3 weapons, so we hit the skip. And pretty much, what was I saying there before I entered this thought? I don't know, I'll come back to it. So pretty much just stay alive as long as possible. Build up your abilities. Don't get more quantity for the shields. Don't increase the Aegis level. You just want to kind of keep that as low as possible. Keep that at level 1. Level 2, maybe size is okay. If that's like the only thing that you have on there. But you don't want cooldown. You don't want projectile count. Anything else that pretty much will make it harder for you to get Thorns damage is not necessary. But yeah, so I remembered what I was thinking about earlier. So if you do this challenge, you pretty much want to know how to move a little bit faster than the default character speed. And I do have a video on that specifically on the channel. You could find that, I believe it's called How to Move Faster Than Default. And it requires a specific type of movement to kind of get you around the map a little bit faster. Requires jumping and using the mouse. So here we get the shield, and just take this opportunity to eliminate that big swarm of enemies. You can see our Thorns damage wasn't really working there because we're not able to actually take damage. So hopefully the Aegis Thorns it counts as elimination. Okay, we got 3 more weapons there. You can get difficulty adjustments if you feel confident enough to potentially allow for more cactus spawns, but it's not necessary. And the one thing for the cactus spawns, sometimes they'll spawn specifically at 8 minutes, as I said before. And if that does happen, then obviously you have a little bit less time to focus on the cactuses. Okay, another triple weapon spawn is a skip. So shield and armor are really essential. Shield will pretty much allow for you to it's like a regeneratable health, and the armor will make it so that you take less damage, which is pretty much what you want. Even if you have shield, you're still able to inflict Thorns damage, and the health regen will obviously make your health regen. And you'll build up quite a few coins over the run, so you want to open the chest. There you can see we increased our max HP, which is great. Okay, so we've got the swarm here. Typically, if you encounter a swarm like this, it's going to be a little bit difficult getting out. You can see, obviously, we use the movement here to get out of a tough situation. If you're just using standard movement and jumps, it's going to be very difficult navigating around such a big horde. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You just kind of got to go around and hope your Aegis eliminations are actually counting towards the Thorns damage, and you can try to guarantee that you do hit Thorns damage by, I mean, once you have enough shield, armor, and regen, just run into other enemies and then take an actual hit from the cactus. So here we run into the enemies and take a hit from the cactus, do the same thing again there. But sometimes you will get that's kind of cursed doll. Here we try to get as much as we can. You can see how much the armor and the shield tomes do, so even though we hit enemies so many times, we're still above max health. Even taking damage a little bit isn't too much of an issue. You want to make sure you have enough gold for skips and enough vanishes available so that you don't have to take level ups that you don't want, but also utilize that gold for chests that you see around the map. You can see we have the what is it, cursed doll. I don't know specifically the item of that, or the name of that item, but we're actually eliminating the sand golem without having to do anything. That specific item just decided to target that sand golem, and he's slowly taking damage. So eventually he'll be down, and there we go. We got another health regen item in that chest. So all these are really good to get. Thorns we pretty much don't need to get anymore. I'd say level ups for that. As long as you have like 80 to 100 thorns damage, you should be more than okay. Alright, so we got around 20 seconds left until the final swarm comes, and then at that time you're not going to get any more new spawns, so try to pretty much eliminate as much as you can before that timer. We do have a cactus inside the crowd, but they're really getting overwhelmed by scorpions from the scorpion swarm here. So there you can see I strategically hit the big crowd to eliminate the Aegis shields, and then to do as much damage as I can to the, or to take and damage myself from the cactus. So we still got a couple cactus here on the map that we're able to get, but we're around like 20 seconds in. So let's just try to eliminate every single cactus that you do see in the crowd. Also, if you're going for any other challenges, I do have videos on how to get like the Chaos Tome on the channel, and some other ones as well, just some other quest guides. But here you can see we pretty much got eliminated, and we didn't get to that quest completion yet. So here we're starting again, and now it's pretty much on RNG to get these cactuses. So this run it wasn't any cactus spawns by the 8-minute mark. Okay, that one was no good as well. So we're pretty much just doing our best here to find ones that'll work. So that one was also no good. So you can see you're just pretty much wasting 2 minutes at a time here. This one is actually a good run here that we do get. So pretty much just go around the map. You don't have to make it perfect. Like, don't get every single thing. I mean, not don't get every single thing. Obviously, try to harvest as much XP as you can. Go around the maps to break these pots. But this isn't something you really have to go for, I mean, the perfect run to get. It should be kind of a relaxing, simple simple to get the item. It'll just take a few rounds. It'll help you learn kind of the NPCs or the desert map a little bit. And if you haven't completed the desert tier 3, I have a great tutorial on that as well on the channel. Shouldn't be too difficult for you to do. But I would definitely watch that movement guide first on the channel. You can see how much speed we actually have here, much more than standard. So just go around the map trying to collect all the jars. Typically if the jars are lined up next to one another, you'll be able to get quite a bit more XP. Typically the jars are almost half of a level. At the really low levels they're more than that. So we got the shield tome there. It's good. Shield tome is probably best to get as first, as you're still building up thorns, and you're likely not going to see too many cactuses spawn super fast. So HP regen is good, but I'm specifically looking for the thorns here, so you could see me skipping through those even though I had a gold health regen. Gold health regen is good. You don't necessarily have to do kind of what I did there. You can just take the HP regen, it'll definitely help you. But HP regen is kind of like a fallback. You don't need to get it up too high. And you might get some items from chests that'll increase your HP regen. But shield and armor are really good to get. So there you can see we actually got the cactus spawn at 8 minutes, a little bit after 8 minutes. So we got a little bit surprised there. We got no more skips, so we just took the level up there. For the tome, we're still looking for the the thorns damage. But you pretty much just want to now start taking damage from these cactuses. You will regain health, and if you build up your armor and shield, they won't do as much damage to you, and the shield will obviously regenerate. And it looks like they're only doing 20 damage about, so you could take 2 or 3 hits about if you have the shield tome leveled up to 2. So there we go, we got the Thorns tome, which is great. We took a little bit too much damage there, so we'll fall back a little bit. Health regen is looking pretty good so far, but yeah, we really want to build some distance until we get some shields back. Still have Aegis, so we'll do some damage with those while we can. We took this timeout. I don't remember what this specifically is called, but we took that so that we can pretty much focus on this boss here. It's really not too much damage, but yeah, it definitely helped clear a little bit of the enemies. A little bit of damage to the boss there. So there's specific items that'll help you throughout this run. Mainly ones that'll give you health, regen your health. So things like the campfire. Campfire isn't too good, but potentially getting the beacon early on, you can get like a charging area. Not charging area, healing area. So if you get the beacon, it turns your shrines into kind of like healing zones, and paired with the campfire, they can be fairly good. But eventually you get to the point where you can't really utilize it well, mainly because of the swarms that'll start coming, and the enemies will get way too close to you, but you'll be able to get like a little bit of health back. So those aren't necessarily the perfect items to get, but another one that'll heal you is like the Borgers item, which will drop burgers from enemies that you eliminate. And with the Aegis, since you pretty much have to be right next to the enemy, the burger things will sometimes just spawn directly on you, so you'll just get health from eliminating enemies by hitting them. And I believe it's 10 health for one of those burger things, so they're pretty good. It's a good item to get, and you definitely want to start utilizing the chest once you can. But save up enough gold for the skips. That last skip is, I think, 235. Like if you have one more skip available, it costs you 235 gold to get. You know, when you have areas like this, there are enemies surrounding you pretty much everywhere. Just go try to complete things around the map. Get the jars, pretty much get things that you can to level up and put you in a position where you can pretty much fight the horde like I'm doing here. So cooldown tome is not good. Evasion I don't believe is good because that could cause you to not take any damage and not to cause damage back to the enemies with the thorns. And I would just specifically go with those tomes. You can potentially take the HP tome if you're really getting unlucky finding like HP regen or something. But the HP regen is just so much better. It's just much more superior. And since we're using the shields tome, just level that up as much as you can because that pretty much guarantees fast regen rate. Yeah, fast regen rate, and you could take a lot of level ups for that without ever having utilized health. And then you just wait for the shields to climb back up, and then your health will slowly regen over time as you continue utilizing the shield. So it is something you can use, but it's really not necessary. Armor does work very effectively to reduce the amount of damage that you take. HP regen there from the item from the chest is really good. Okay, so you pretty much want to, whenever you can and have the ability to, when it's clear enough, to utilize your Aegis against other enemies and then use the Thorns damage by actually taking damage from the cactus. So here you can see I'm trying to do that, so I utilize the shields against those opposite enemies and then just run into the cactuses to ensure that I'm actually doing Thorns damage to them. Here we got the Scorpion Swarm, which will be kind of hard to maneuver if you don't have good movement and a good kind of area that you're in. But you can see here we're taking quite a bit of damage. We got saved there by the evade, which was pretty lucky. We were even poisoned by the scorpion, so you can see I'm utilizing that movement to get out of the area. And it's really essential to utilize that effectively. There you can see we got 2 more Thorns kills that were guaranteed, and one with the Aegis, which is depending on how much Thorns you have, I believe it's like a chance that it's either Thorns or Aegis, but it's kind of a gamble. So you want to try to ensure that you're doing Thorns damage. So there you can see we actually got the cactus quest complete there to unlock that cactus item. This one has a very low completion rate. Not a lot of people want to do this because it pretty much means that you have to keep retrying and not focusing on a full run that'll be extremely good. It's kind of difficult without knowing the red movement, so here I just kind of end this run. Anyway, that's it for the video pretty much. If you have any other quests that you'd like to see me do or complete, let me know. There's also other quests on the channel, and I have a couple of strategies, some really good ones, using like Vlad and Robinette as well, are the most recent, and with the new patches that came out, it's kind of more difficult to get quite a few more kills just because there's a new color of ghost that spawned at the 6-minute mark. Yeah, by the way, check out the movement video. Once again, that'll definitely help you complete this quest. If you enjoy the content, obviously like the video, and if you want to see any other games or anything else from me, just post in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel as well, and that's it for the video. Have a good day. Bye.